Can we talk about the NFL, please? For goodness sake. What a difference 3 years makes in a person's life. And it's kind of disappointing and it's kind of sad. I'm talking about Anthony Richardson of the Indianapolis Colts. You remember Anthony? 2023, we all remember. Richardson was picked fourth overall in the NFL draft by the Indianapolis Colts. At that time, that was a bit of a shock. Not only to me, I was surprised, but I wasn't the only one. Maybe you were as well. Yes, he's 6'4". He's athletic. He had a big arm in college. He was an elite runner. He was highly athletic. So people were like, yeah, okay, maybe it's not a big a gamble to pick him that high in the draft. But a lot of people, including the so-called draft experts, and I'm not one of them, but I felt, I don't know, I thought he was a late first round, maybe second round pick, but fourth overall? Oh, what a disaster it's been. And it's not only, it's not only on him, because when you pick someone that high, especially a quarterback, you put so much pressure on this guy. He was 21 years old at the time, if I recall. It's a lot of pressure to put on a kid, especially he was basically thrown right into it. And it wasn't a good thing. I mean, the guy was saddled with injuries. So many injuries Anthony Richardson suffered. Many of them were just freak injuries. Others were not. And his passing ability was, how shall we say, not good. It was not good. Let me give you some numbers. Passing numbers through his first 3 seasons. 50.6% completion rate. Not good. 2,400 passing yards. That's in 3 seasons overall. 11 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. That's in 3 seasons overall. That's his total. Again, injured a lot. Played just 2 games last year. And then I mentioned a freak injury. This is a real freak injury. It happened in pregame warmups last season. He suffered an orbital fracture and he missed the rest of the season. So he's back this year, but then he sees that Daniel Jones, and of course the Colts, poor Daniel Jones, he got hurt late in the season, but he rebooted his career, as we all know. And he was signed to an extension. And then the Colts have Riley Leonard. He's a second-year quarterback. And then you have Anthony Richardson. Right now, Anthony Richardson, third string. He's battling. I don't know if he's battling. I think he lost the job as the backup already to Riley Leonard. But in camp, he's been trying to win the 2 spot. I don't know. It's not happening. He's having a lot of issues. The passing is still an issue. Everything's an issue in training camp. It's just not going well. So Anthony Richardson has requested a trade. But what team in their right mind would give up an asset right now to get Anthony Richardson? I know he's only 24. I know it. But there hasn't been progress at all. It's been regression. Yes, he was thrown into the fire. Yes, he's had bad luck with injuries. But there's nothing to hang your hat on here. And if I'm another NFL team, I'm not taking a chance. I mean, would you on Anthony Richardson? And I mean, do you think this guy is one of the biggest NFL draft busts in draft history? Anthony Richardson? I won't go there because I define a draft bust if someone and everyone, like the majority of people, think a guy like this or the draft bust is deserving of a high draft pick. He should not have been picked 4th overall. This is not like Tony Mandarich, back in the day. This is not Ryan Leaf of back in the day where everybody thought, that's where he deserves to be picked. Anthony Richardson should never have been picked 4th overall. So I don't feel he is one of the biggest draft busts in NFL history. I don't know what you think. Hey, listen, I hope he can find a job as a quarterback in the NFL, but as each day goes by, I feel like if he wants to stay in the NFL, it might be a situation where he's got to hang around and wait, sadly, for other, quarterbacks to get hurt. But that would still kind of just fill a roster spot as a backup, as a number 2. I think his days of being considered a franchise quarterback is over. Those days are over. And dare I say, he might want to consider switching positions and giving up his dream of playing quarterback in the NFL if he wants to stay in the NFL.